Okay, preparing for a virtual interview. First thing you want to do is make sure that your camera is straight on. You'll notice how my eyes are in the top 1/3 of the screen. So aiming for that, you can crop it in even a little farther than what I have. This is just my computer camera. I'm not using anything fancy. If you want to get an external camera and play around with that, that would be a good idea too. But make sure that you've got yourself in the center of the screen, eye level, half to a third on the top of the screen, and making sure that your background doesn't distract, isn't too bland, because that can come across strange as well. And also doesn't have anything like, for instance, this is not a perfect backdrop. My window's really bright. That could distract someone. Um, I have a little bit of clutter going on because I'm in the middle of a move. So you'll see how it's not perfect, and you don't have to be completely perfect. But what is really important is that you're looking at the camera, you're looking straight on, and that you feel comfortable with where your eyes are going and where you are located. Always make sure it's straight. Don't do, if you have a laptop especially, people tend to do these funny angles with their laptop. So you might have to grab some books or a box or something to lift up that laptop so that it's straight on with your eyes. Okay. Lighting is important. So I have a little external light. I think it's about $30 on Amazon. This one works really well. You can get a ring light. I have one of those also. That can help you. Um, if you have an overhead light that is able to angle at your face, you just don't want a lot of shadows on your face. Okay, so well lit, eye contact, centered in the camera angle. Those are the biggest things to be concerned about. Okay, that's the visual. So then what do you need to worry about with the speakers? So if you have an external microphone that can cut out some of the background noise, great. You can also set your settings, if you're on Zoom in particular, you can set your settings to eliminate some of the background noises. So I do suggest that. Back to the visuals with backgrounds, I didn't mention this. You don't want to have a virtual background. You do want to have an actual background. If for some reason you're just not able to have a good background and you want to go virtual, just keep it pretty generic and don't do anything that looks really odd and don't have your hand go in and out of the virtual background. Let me demonstrate. I will show you what I mean. For instance, this is so fake, right? As is this. This is distracting the screen, especially if you're a gesturer like I am, and I suggest that you move your body slightly during the interview so you're not just stoic the whole time, because this can be robotic and awkward. Then if you're doing that and you have a virtual background, see how it gets blurry? Again, so fake. Yes, this would be wonderful to be here. So if you're actually here, great. But the virtual background, it just distracts. Everyone just starts dreaming about vacation and they're not paying attention to you. Okay, so you get the idea. Try to keep it real, keep the depth normal. Um, the sound is important to test ahead of time. So just make sure you prime and prep yourself ahead of time. You have a solid internet signal and that you make sure that you are nice and tall and straight. Okay, during the interview, you should actually kind of rock your booty back and forth a little bit. So while you're talking, you can allow yourself this natural movement. Like I just mentioned, what you don't want to do is be super stiff and not giving any feedback with your body language to the recruiter. Okay. It's very important that you just allow yourself to be natural and loose. You're really trying to come through authentic. You're going to be nervous. If you were in person, it would be the same thing. Your hands might be sweaty. You might be feet flat on the ground trying to have eye contact and be sweating underneath your jacket. All normal. You'll have similar reactions on Zoom. It's just now you have added worries about your camera and your audio and your background. So make sure you plan ahead so So all those external things are taken care of, and you can really focus on being loose, comfortable, confident, and ready to go. Another hack, another quick tip. When you are preparing your notes for the interview, you don't want to, you also don't want to do a lot of this, like writing, right? Because it's easy to just get in the mode of taking your notes and looking down a lot. Try as much as you can to not take copious amounts of notes. If you want to have a journal with some notes, that's good.
9 o'clock.
And you can actually tell the recruiter and the hiring manager that that's your intention, so they know what you're doing, so it doesn't look like you're distracted. So you can say, I'm going to be taking a few notes, and take the notes that are appropriate. Taking notes. So when you are getting your story prepared and you want to have it at the ready somewhere where your eyes are going to be in a good location, you can put sticky notes around your computer. I'm going to demonstrate this with your prompts. Okay, this is your quick prompt. So, for instance, someone says, "Tell me about yourself." Okay, great. I'm so glad to be here. My name is Lisa Virtue, and I have over 20 years of experience within this industry. I started out, I've worked for and now I am excited to be here with you today. Okay, I was looking at the sticky note. You'll notice my eyes wander a little bit. If you want to, you can put notes on the wall behind you, but having it on the computer, let me show you the difference. This is on the computer. Okay, I'm looking here. I'm looking there, I'm looking there. This would be on the wall. If I wanted to look kind of like, Okay. So there's a difference with your eyes. Computer, wall. Okay, I've also demonstrated for you to turn your phone off. You probably heard my phone and my computer notification went off at the clock hour. Make sure that you have all those things turned off. So notifications on your computer, turn them off. Make sure your phone is on silent, turn it off. Turn off all your notifications because it's distracting, isn't it? And you don't want to distract. You don't want anything to come across, not only for the recruiter, but for yourself. It throws you off more than it throws the recruiter off. All right. Make sure you are eye level with the camera, good lighting, good sound. Practice ahead of time. Have your settings ready. Turn off your notifications. Turn off your phone. Take some notes, but let them know that's what you're doing, and try to make eye contact as much as possible, and have your quick sticky notes or your quick notes on the wall behind the computer so that you can look up and towards the camera while you're telling your story. Hope that helps. Let me know what questions you have.